Hey YouTube, it's Dean here. So this is my first video, but I figured, seeing how there's all these videos out there for women when they're pregnant and after having the kids and what have you, that I'd do one for the dads, because there's no videos out there at all on, you know, how to, as a new dad or you know, dad of a second kid. There's nothing out there for support or anything of that nature. So I figured I'd do my own. So I've got two kids, um, Xander, who is 2, and Ella, who is almost 3 months. Um, it's definitely different having two kids. You know, one kid in itself is a challenge, but having two of them is, well, it's a blessing, but it's a lot of work. You know, unfortunately, with me working graveyard shift in security, you know, I come home and I sleep, you know, a lot of the time. Usually, what I'll try to do is I'll get home about 7 in the morning, and I'll sleep till about 1, 2 in the afternoon. Then I'll get up, and that way, Amanda, my wife, isn't feeling completely overwhelmed uh, with the kids. Particularly on my days off, on Monday and Tuesday, I will try to, you know, take over a lot of the responsibilities for her, so she's not, you know, feeling like it's all up to her. Um, and as a husband, it's I don't want to say it's our responsibility per se, but it's you do the little things so that your wife isn't feeling like it's all on her. You know, you do the dishes. You know, I know for Amanda, she hates doing the dishes. Not a big deal. I don't mind doing it. You know, it's not a huge issue for me to do the dishes. You know, tidying up around the living room, pick up all the kids' toys. I can't tell you how many times in the middle of the night I've come down to get a bottle for Xander and stepped on a truck or something, and half asleep dropped the F-bomb a couple of times because it hurts. um, you know, everybody's situation is different and unique, of course, but it's about making compromises and making sure that you spend that time together as a husband and wife. I can't stress that enough, because, you know, like coming up this next weekend, it's our 1 year wedding anniversary, and I've got 4 days off. So, you know, you're darn right that we're going to make some time for each other. You know, even if it's just, you know, chillaxing on the couch, watching a romantic chick flick or something. And yes, I do like romantic comedies. Not afraid to admit that on national internet thing. Anyways, um, you know, it's I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I really wouldn't. You know, it can be stressful from a financial standpoint. It really can. You know, you got to make sure that, you know, the kids have everything they need: diapers, milk, you know, the necessities, and then you come next. Um, Sometimes, you know, you live paycheck to paycheck, and you scrimp, and you have to make sure that you've got enough for that pack of diapers or whatever, and, you know, the stuff you need has to wait. Um, but I wouldn't trade it, though. I love my kids. There's nothing I love more than coming home or rather waking up, I should say, and having my son standing at the end of the bed going, "Dad, Dad," or now that he can say my name, going, "Dean, Dean," to wake me up. Um, Having left a job where I was working from 6 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon, and having all that time to spend in the afternoon, the evening with the kids, working graveyard, it has been a bit of an adjustment again. I know for Amanda, she really has an issue with being home alone by herself. She kind of struggles with that, and I understand that, and that's why I try to do everything I can to ensure that she feels safe and secure and not, you know, oh my God, what was that sound? What's going on? You know, where's Dean? Da 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 da. You know, as my wife has said in previous videos, it's not a huge deal if there's toys on the floor, or you haven't put that laundry away yet that's been in the dryer for a day. You know, it's making sure that the kids have what they need and they're healthy and happy. Um, for husbands, it can be frustrating. Um, and yes, I'm going to talk about intimacy for a second. that you can basically, I don't want to say kiss goodbye. You're still going to get sex, but it's not going to be like it was before you had the kids. Any woman can say that to any guy. um, I'm not going to dwell too much in our personal sex life, but it's, you know, it. You do what you can. Put it to you that way. You know, you find the time to make that happen. I'll leave it at that. And just communicate with each other. That would be the big thing, because your wife is going to feel overwhelmed because you've been at work all day, and you're going to come home from work. You know, take 10 minutes of your time to just relax, and then take the kids off of her hands, because she's had them all day. You know, I try to do everything I can to make sure that Amanda doesn't pull her hair out and have a complete nervous breakdown. And I think I do a pretty good job. You know, I'm a very loving, caring husband. I don't want to say not a lot of women can say that, but I mean, I know from personal experiences and other acquaintances and what have you that we know, you know, a lot of people in this world, I would say, would be, how should I put this? Well, I guess jealous what my wife and I have. You know, I don't expect my house to be Martha Stewart freaking clean when I come home, because I know she doesn't have the time to do that. But going from working in a call center where you're working, you know, 8 hours in the morning and then coming home to the kids, to working graveyard again in security, it's definitely a change. But I wouldn't change it. I love working in security. You know, most people were like, "Oh, you're crazy to work graveyard and do security and deal with all this stuff." Well, I kind of lucked out in the sense that the company I worked for, you know, they put me in a site that's not what we would call an active site, because there's not a lot that happens here. So, you know, I still am on the lookout for what's out there as far as other bigger companies are concerned, but you know, I'm happy for what I have, because I still get to spend time with my kids and my wife, and I'm not working 7 days a week, you know, pulling 90, 120-hour shifts, or 120-hour days, if you will. So, hopefully this video has been some help to the guys out there. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to email me or message me, and by all means I'll get back to you. Alright, have a good night, YouTube. Bye.